Welcome to MAFS,
Married at First Sight Season 2 recap.
Okay, Rochelle, this week we have a whole lot to say.
A whole lot to say. I have lost my voice, so I'm going to try to get it out the best that I can because I got a lot of complaints I'd like to share.
Okay, let's start out with Sean and Davina. You two were really working it this week. You were trying, you were working together. I don't have anything.
Honestly, I really don't have anything to say about y'all. I'm glad that y'all was having that playful moment when y'all was making the bed and stuff like that. You know, you guys are trying to work it together the best that you can.
Under this situation.
Under the circumstances, yes. With the whole location, you know, him working, you working. But
so I give you all props because you really worked out this week.
Really communicate a lot better, so kudos to you guys. But that's really all I have to say about y'all. Y'all was like the least interesting this week, so moving on.
Okay, now let's talk about Jackie and Ryan. Okay. First off,
don't sign up for a show knowing you gonna have problems separating from your mama's titty. First of all, because all Ryan had been complaining about is like, I'm gonna go home. I miss my mom and my niece and all that. I understand that. But Jacqueline also gave up her time with her family around Christmas time to be with your family. And the day that you go and spend time with her family, all you do is sit there and look like a child whose dog just got ran over, complain about how much you miss your mama.
That is
true.
That
was uncalled for, and it was a little bit disrespectful in my life. Like, come on, man.
Because she didn't act like that when she was with you and your family.
You know, she missed her family too. And I think that you feel like you need to be more a part of your niece and your mother's life than you actually need to be. I think that you can actually break yourself off just a little bit.
Right now to while you're building this relationship.
Right, and I just feel like you ain't even trying to do this. You're complaining about the sex.
Oh, let me get that. Like, hold up. Let me start with that. I recall when you all the day you all got married, you was all into wanting to consummate the marriage and do all that. Now that you have, you're complaining about her being
too much.
Thirsty.
Her thirst, you can't quench.
Okay, you need to talk. As you being a 28, 29-year-old man, that's kind of concerning.
That's so scary.
And you might want to talk with some other males that, first of all, would be pretty
they
pleased
would be glad
with
to
the
be
fact.
in your shoes right now, dude.
Exactly. So, and I also have a concern because, yes, you're talking about your mother and your niece. I get that. You're a part of your niece's parenting. Maybe you all should have thought about that before going on the show and maybe integrating her more into your relationship.
I think
maybe having her come over more often.
I think he was looking for somebody who was going to be willing to live in the basement with you at your mama's house. And that's not what worked out for you. So now you like, I don't know. And I think you allowed Jacqueline to love you, like you, whatever.
And you got her.
And now you got her emotions, and now you're going to fuck it all up. Because the second she realized that you trying to bail out because you want to go back to the basement, you lost her for good, dog.
And yeah, you know, it took her a while to be able to open up and accept that. And, you know, that's kind of unfair of you to do that to her.
You knew from the jump you wasn't going to be able to open up with them, knowing y'all was going to have to move and meet.
Whole family situation, you're in a hard spot. I understand that. But here's the concern. I actually see you starting to pull away from Jacqueline now that you've gotten her emotionally involved with you. You're coming up with excuses about being loud.
And she this, you need quiet. And you glad she getting ready to leave to go on her little business trip because you need time to think.
Yeah, that's just uncalled for. It's really almost like you have gotten the I need mommy syndrome, and you're not thinking about the relationship that you chose to start.
Right.
But honestly, if this is how it would be for you all's life coming from experience, she need to run now.
Run, bro.
Because if you can't separate that to be with your wife,
separate from your mama to enjoy the time that you need to with your wife to build a family, deuce. It ain't even worth it, dude. You ain't worth nobody's time.
And it's not fair to yourself or Jackie.
No, it ain't.
So you really need to think that Jackie, but I do have to give him a little bit of on his side too. The day that you all went to the grocery store, girl, what was wrong with you?
I bet you that clerk was like, if I had a gun right now under this counter, I'd shoot the both of you. Because I was so annoyed. Like, bitch, when you say he gonna pay, he gonna pay.
Don't make a big scene out of that. That was absolutely gone too far. Yeah, you all went,
So
you went
stupid.
way too far with that.
It was cute at first. Oh no, let me back. Okay. But bitch, you kept it going way too long.
Yeah,
That
it
woman
was-
could not pack y'all's groceries fast enough.
Yeah,
that's how annoying it was. He's
And
your
I
husband.
understand why he got annoyed with that.
It was uncalled for. And that does need to change on your behalf, Jacqueline, because a man ain't trying to fight with you over who's paying for the groceries. If he say he's gonna do it, let him do it.
And I do get this fact that you were talking about you were trying to see how far you could push him. Well, you had pushed him pretty far. Don't play any more games. Because
girl.
he's already in turmoil and you already can see that.
Right.
So don't push it
no
any
more
harder.
games. If you playing games, you're going to keep making it worse, then you're going to be the one hurt in the long run. So if you want to hurt yourself, keep playing games. If you want to be a smart about it, be a woman and do what you need to do. Get it done.
Okay, but we still love you. Now we need to move on to Ryan D. and Jessica. Whoa!
Okay, first of all, I just want to say, Ryan, I don't know what planet you live on. I don't know what happens to your brain when you lay down at night. But I think you have a huge case of amnesia when it comes to what you say. I want A&E to make a clip of every time y'all have an argument to see who lead the conversation first. The first argument y'all had about the damn tattoos and Monroe piercings, who got up and yelling at the cameraman, don't follow me.
You are quick to make a comment and then you walk away from her. You know that girl cannot handle conflict. So what you do to her, instead of allowing her to talk, the one time she finally stood up and tried to say something, it pissed you off so bad that you wouldn't even speak to her. You walked around the house, had her carrying stuff to the laundromat, and you acted like a 4-year-old child.
Like I thought, the passive aggressiveness in y'all's house makes me want to kill myself. I was like, yo, you a grown-ass man, and you talking about I shouldn't have to explain. You should already know.
How should she know, man? She's known you for 2 weeks.
When you the one in the wrong, you the one who leads the conversation. You talking about it's like talking to a wall to her. Maybe
and
because
then you
run
tell her
to the wall every time the conversation tries to start. You run away. You act like you don't remember nothing. And
you forget who asked for who told whom they had the closet and who had the dresser. Then you forgot who says this and that. I mean, dude, you need to really start to take ownership. You talking about she doesn't want to take ownership of anything. Honey, I think you need to go back and rewind and watch some of those tapes.
Rewind. You up here yelling at her, foaming at the mouth and shit when y'all having that argument and everything. To my bloop, bloop. Whatever goes in and out.
Yeah, and you're right. You do that. It's blatantly obvious that when that woman is speaking to you, it does go in one ear and out the other because you do it all the time. And yeah, I know that a lot of people have been hating on you, rightfully so.
And you deserve every inch of it too. And you talking about, I ain't gonna change. I ain't gonna change. Well, then don't change and get your ass beat one day because that's what's gonna happen. Because when a real bitch come your way, you will get served.
And Jessica, you know, I know that some people have been, lashing out at you saying you're playing the victim. No, you literally, I have to give you credit. This week, you literally tried to stand up for yourself.
You did a good job.
And you really did a good job. But
what I didn't like was the fact that you apologized to him for the things that he was saying to you.
Yeah,
you are right. You know, my flaws, my this, my that.
What about his flaws?
Beat yourself up over that stuff. You knew you were in the right and he knew he was in the wrong. Don't you ever bow down to no man like that ever again, Jessica. I am not playing. You need to stand your ground. If you don't like it, then deuces, leave. You ain't talking to me anyway. I don't give 2 fucks. Leave. But girl, you keep your ground. Don't you never bow down to a man again. I'm not playing next week, girl. You better make it shine.
Because girl, you did right. He did humiliate you. He tried to ridicule you. Yes, I understand that he was a little upset about the whole financial thing and thought that you threw him out there in the open world. But he needs to also remember about how many times he has thrown you down to the carpet just by ridiculing you and degrading you.
You gonna cry? What you doing? You gonna cry?
So, Ryan, you can give some, you can get some. All right? That's all we have to say for this week. We'll see you next week.
All right.
Peace.